Hey guys, so we are coming up and in the winter 2020 season for anime, and there are lots of good shows out there that people are getting really excited for, especially around here. And some of them that I'd like to highlight, because I've been looking forward to them, include Inspector or Inspector. I'm not really sure how to say this. They've kind of fiddled with how it's spelled, so it's IN/SPECTRE, and this is on Crunchyroll. And it's kind of a supernatural mystery, but not a mystery, according to the author of the manga. And in this, you've got a girl who has become the god of wisdom to all the yokai. And on the other hand, you've got this guy who has inadvertently kind of not stayed human. Because if I tell you too much, it's going to be a spoiler. So this show I've been looking forward to since it was first announced, and that's been a while ago, so I'm really, really happy to see it animated. Another one on my list, Isekai Quartet Season 2. The first one is hilarious, and I had not seen Tanya the Evil or Overlord at the time, but I'd seen the other two. So knowing those little inside jokes made it that much better. So I'm really looking forward to the joining of the class from transfer students from, I am blanking.
Shield Hero.
Shield Hero. That's terrible. I was like, Raftalia. I know her name. I know, yeah, it was terrible. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to them joining the class and seeing what mayhem happens and getting more of the inside jokes, because I've managed to watch Tanya the Evil now too. That ought to be good. And the third one that I'm really looking forward to is Haikyuu, and my best man here is Yamaguchi, and I read ahead in the manga after I watched the last season, I think, or that was the previous season, and now I don't know where they are anymore. So I'm gonna binge watch that when it's completely out, but I'm so excited for it. And I'm also gonna binge through the manga beforehand. So that's a lot of catching up to do on my part. But Haikyuu is a good one. And then The Guilty Pleasure, which if you've listened to our Right Stuff Anime podcast, we have a podcast. If you didn't know that, go check it out. The Guilty Pleasure, Interspecies Reviewer. I am totally not the target audience. There's no redeeming values to this show. It should be offensive. It should be like one of the worst things that you've seen, and yet it's hilarious. And if you think about the details that had to go into making this all seem realistic, as in how things work, it's crazy, and I feel very sorry for Krim. I've read the manga. I own the manga. I shouldn't admit this, but it's funny in all the wrong ways. It comes full circle. It's stupid. It's a guilty pleasure. Interspecies Reviewer, definitely mature audience only. Definitely a mature audience. And definitely not my target audience for me, but it's still good. So I would recommend that one. Not for the faint of heart, but go get some laughs out of it. And those would be the highlights for me that I'm really looking forward to. Other ones for titles: A Destructive God Sits Next to Me, Science Fell in Love, So I Tried to Prove It, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, and Sorcerer's Stabber Orphan, because I've seen the original back from the early 2000s, so I want to see how that compares. And yeah, I've been complaining the last couple seasons I had nothing to watch. I have plenty to watch this season. Hope you do too.
Hi, my name is Felix, and I'm excited to see this season, Haikyuu Season 4. I've been watching Haikyuu since aired Season 1, and it's an awesome anime. I think it's my favorite sport anime, and I hope this season they make it like the manga and they don't skip anything. So I'm expecting great things about that.
All right, so Quinn's been able to see a lot more stuff than I have this season, so my list is woefully smaller. It's actually just one show so far, but the one that I'm really excited for right now is a new show called Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken. It's directed by Masaaki Yuasa, who did Tatami Galaxy and Ping Pong, so you know you're going to get a very weird artistic vibe, and that really suits the show well. The story revolves around Midori, who is a girl that when she moves to a new town, her apartment building has a river going underneath it, and she's fascinated with that, and she starts building this fantastical world in her mind and does sketches of it. Just a complex world of elevators and tunnels and dungeons. And when she ends up going on to high school, her high school is almost very much like that. It has a very Hogwarts vibe to it, where it's just bendy and strange and confusing, and there are little nooks and crannies hidden anywhere. And she and her friend Kanamori, who's just greedy and wants to capitalize off of her talent and make money, happen to run into a girl named Tsubame. Tsubame is a model, and her mom does not want to get her into the anime business or anything like that. And Midori has been drawing these backgrounds this whole time, and Tsubame happens to have a sketchbook on her, and when they compare their art together, they realize they could build a really fun artistic world together. And so in the show, you see them develop that by building a sort of club to help each other build the anime they want to make. And it's really cool because artistically, they show Tsubame's world with her walking through it. They do some fun stuff, like you actually have her making the sound effects as she wanders through the world. There's a fun scene at the end of the first episode where they actually draw a ship and make a getaway from Tsubame's handlers, because she's famous enough that she has bodyguards trying to keep her from doing what her mom doesn't want her to do. But it's just really energetic and a lot of fun, and it's just got such great imagination behind it. So if you're looking for something really creative and really pretty, check out Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken. Trust me, I still don't know what or who Eizouken is or why you shouldn't be touching it. I'm sure that'll come up later in the show, but put your eyes on it at the very least.